What's good? So we got another one today. And this one is what no one tells you about weight loss. You hear a lot of things about weight loss, different things on the internet, but there's some things that people don't tell you on the way to your weight loss journey or after your weight loss journey, what goes on. So this is the truth behind the transformation, some of the truths about the transformation, whether you're about to start your weight loss journey, you're in it, or what to expect. But it's not to discourage you. This is just to keep you aware of what's to come. Weight loss is more mental than physical. I know, sounds crazy, but it's a mental game. You need to have the right mindset while you're on this journey, because if not, you might give up. And it's easy to give up because you being overweight, you're used to giving up. So if you don't reframe your mind, you're not going to be successful in this journey. And emotional eating and bad habits are the real battles. That's why I say it's mental, because you could be on a great streak and then since we're so used to emotional eating and the bad habits, it takes a long time to develop a habit. So to create a new one is going to take some repetitions. Let's say you've been fat for 10 years, 5 years, whatever. That's 5 years of creating a bad habit. And you try to change that. You're trying to change that within a couple months or a year. So it's doable. However, it's gonna take some effort, especially during those hard days where you feel like giving up. You don't think this is worth it. The food, the junk food smells too good. The ice cream sounds great right now. And these are the times that you need to lock in and really double down. So that's where the emotional aspect comes into play. You have to rewire your relationship with food. Relationships are with people, but your how you view food has to change for you to be successful at this. We don't look at it as like rewards and things like that. We look at it as fuel to nourish your body. And it's gonna take time to really get that concept and imply it and implement it to your life daily. Fat loss takes longer than you think. So initial fat loss is fast, initial weight loss is fast, but then it slows down. So if you have a lot of fat to lose, a lot of times once you start cutting out the junk, the nonsense, you'll notice progress very fast. That could either do two things. It could really motivate you to lock in, or when you get to the next phase and you're not losing as much, you can get discouraged. So you need to be aware of that to prepare for that when it happens. Again, I like to be mindful of things. So if I knew that before, it would not be, it would not take that long for me to get to where I got to. So yeah, plateaus, quote unquote, are part of the process. People say there are no plateaus, but a lot of times there are different plateaus. Like the scale's not going down, especially if you've done everything right and you know for a fact you've done everything right. The scale's not going down, but your clothes fit better, you're sleeping better. Again, there's other ways of progress that we can measure things by. So a lot of times we think we're in a plateau, but we're really not. It's just one variable's in the plateau. And we think that, okay, oh, it's time to give up. When it's really not time to give up. Just keep it tight. Also, learning how to make it sustainable is the real answer. So that's why I show my clients how to lose weight and keep it off. the mental aspect, physical aspect, all of that. Because what's the good of losing weight if you're gonna gain it right back? People say like, "Oh, I'm on a diet," and they're just like, "Okay, 90-day diet," and then guess what? They bounce back. They think it's over. No, it's not over. So learning how to make it sustainable is the real answer. Also, hunger isn't always a problem. Feeling hungry doesn't mean that you're doing it wrong, especially when you're deeper into your cut. Initially, when you're starting a cut, feeling hungry is normal, but especially if you have a slight deficit, it is normal, but at some point your body adapts and you get used to it. And you could also combat that with the foods that you eat to help curb your appetite. But if you're just starting a cut and you take like 1,000 calorie or 1,500 calorie um, drop, yeah, you're gonna be super hungry. Then that's a problem, and it's not sustainable because you can only go down from there. So if you drop it that fast, yes, that hunger is the problem. However, if you're starting off your cut and you're doing it the right way, slight little hunger here and there because you're in a deficit. So your body doesn't like to be in a deficit. Your body also resists change and it wants to be in homeostasis. Your body likes to be comfortable. It's thinking about survival. So your body doesn't care that you want to get shredded or jacked, none of that. Also, during that process, you learn the difference between real hunger and just cravings. With cravings, you could use appetite suppressants, caffeine, get hydrated. A lot of times you're just thirsty, you're not really hungry. So you can learn the difference between real hunger and cravings. Strength training on a fat loss journey is non-negotiable. Because if you're just doing cardio and things like that, you're just gonna look smaller. You're not gonna get the desired body that you want. So strength training is non-negotiable. If you want to look good and feel good overall, strength training because you need to be stronger. Your body has to be stronger. You can't just be a smaller frame of what you have. You're not gonna look good, feel good, any of that. It preserves muscle mass while you're losing fat, which is what we want. It boosts your metabolism, so you burn more calories at rest. Sometimes you can get away with eating some nonsense from time to time once you get to that level of leanness, obviously. It keeps your body aesthetic and it doesn't just shrink it. Because if you're just doing cardio and dropping your calories too low, you're just a smaller version of fat. You're just skinny fat, and it's not what we want, basically. Also, motivation fades, discipline wins. I spoke about this in a different slide, but trust me, we all deal with it. It's a continual issue, so I'm gonna keep repeating it. Motivation fades and discipline wins. You won't always feel inspired. You won't always want to go to the gym. You're not always gonna want to eat healthy. Sometimes your body's gonna play tricks. Your mind's gonna play tricks on you. Your body's gonna be like, yeah, man, tired of this chicken breast and stuff. I want some ice cream. When it's a refeed day or day for that, sure. But if it's not, and your body craves it, don't. Double down, stick to the plan. Remember your goal. Building good habits is better than relying on motivation and hype all the time. Because when you're building a habit, it becomes second nature. Relying on motivation, feeling good, and all that stuff, it's not it. It's not the key to sustainable success. Consistency over perfection. Being consistent in the right direction is better than trying to be perfect. A lot of times, try to be still perfect, and one day things don't go as planned, and you just like, oh, you just dropped the ball. that's it, game over. No, life's not perfect. Nothing's perfect. Now, that's not an excuse for you to go balls to the wall when something goes wrong. You just readjust and continue. And I teach my clients how to do that. And I learned that the hard way. So I know a thing or two about that. The scale can lie sometimes, especially now with these scales that have like body fat percentages and BMIs and all that stuff. It can be a good tool, but I don't think they're super accurate. But there's ways you could use it to benefit you. I'm gonna leave it at that. Daily weight fluctuates due to water, food, and hormones. If you sleep less, if you ate something with extra salt the day before, depends on the amount of water you intake, things of that nature. All of that can your weight can fluctuate up and down. No problem. Now, I've peed out 3 pounds of water. Believe me, yeah, I tried. Every time I went to the bathroom, I would maybe weigh myself, and I was like, man, okay. So this is a thing. Especially the heavier you are, your body naturally stores more water. You can, like UFC fighters would die to have weight cuts like that because they'll be like, man, they could just lose 3 pounds just like that without any effort. Especially if you have more, your body holds more water naturally. Other ways to track your progress are with photos, how your clothes fit, measurements over time. Yes, I spoke about it last slide, probably another PowerPoint, but true. So sometimes the scale can lie, but it's still a good tool. Don't demonize the scale. It's a good tool that you can use to benefit you. It's like a knife or a hammer. Next, you don't need to eat clean 100% of the time. Now, people hear this and they're just gonna run away with it. Oh, she said you don't need to eat clean 100%. I'm just gonna whatever, eat whatever I want. No. The majority of the time, you need to eat clean. The majority of the time, you need to eat healthy. You need to, things need to fit your macros based on your goal, losing fat, gaining muscle. However, it's time for holidays, social events, refeed days. Make smart decisions, but don't go overboard. But there's refeeds and social gatherings, and then there's like going full throttle and just cheat days. Like this food is gonna be here forever. So I know we think a lot of times the heavier people like myself, we tend to think like, oh my God, this ice cream is here. I gotta have it. And it's like subconsciously you think, oh man, there's not gonna be more tomorrow. I gotta have it now because it's here in front of me. Nope. Food's always gonna be there. Think about it. There's grocery store, ice cream shops, all of these places. So food is always gonna be there. So you don't need to eat it if you're not supposed to eat it that day. And once you realize that, you have more control, you feel empowered, and then you'll keep making progress instead of letting the food control who you are. So flexible dieting, I don't like that term, but tracking macros, 80-20, 90-10, tracking macros really works. This flexible dieting, I mean, eating clean most of the time. And then, as long as things fit your macros, good. But also be mindful of micronutrients and macro and micronutrients to overall make you feel better. Not just if you fit your macros, whatever nonsense fits your macros. You're not gonna feel as good as if you ate cleaned most of the time. Over restriction leads to binging. Yes, some people being super clean all the time. Either once they get done with the diet, they go the complete 180, or after a while, they go complete 180. They're like, nah, I'm not feeling that anymore. So they go full throttle. So over restricting your foods can lead to you eating. And we don't want that because we don't want to make progress and then hinder it just because of some impulse, you know? That's when you need to control the situation. Food freedom equals long-term success. Knowing that you could have about almost anything, but being mindful and again, learning how to control it instead of it controlling you, having the freedom, not you having the freedom to eat everything, but you being aware of the situation, that will lead to long-term success, which is what we want. Also, your circle may shift. Oh man, this is a big one. No one told me about that one. I didn't even realize that until like a while deep into it. At first, pull out. Well, see, if you're going on that journey, don't go around telling people, oh, I'm trying to lose weight, because you'll see who would really support you and who would not. Because they're so used to you being that heavy that, or they're so used to you being a certain way that when you're trying to change, they don't like that. Whether they do like that or they want to support you subconsciously to kind of do things that you're just like, man, that makes no sense. Giving me like extra snacks. Tell me, oh, it's okay. Come hang out with us here. It's okay. You can have one slice. And when you're starting to build a new habit, those situations, you don't need those situations. You don't. You need to double down and learn to create the habit to where you have the control to be able to, okay, I could have the slice one time and it not really impact me emotionally to where I go back complete 180. If that makes sense. I go deeper into that in another video. But some people will not support your new habits because it feeds their insecurities. Because you improving your health is bettering yourself. And most people do not do that. They don't care to do that. They don't think about doing that. They think it's bougie, it's weird. Oh, what's gonna go to gym? Especially partners, they'll be like, "Oh, you don't need to go to gym. You're good the way you are. I don't know the girls looking at you." Type, man, I'm big as hell. Everyone's looking at me. It's hard to not be noticed. You know what I'm saying? Yeah, doing like sneakily just like, it's okay, you can eat this. Oh, you don't like my cooking? I know I'm rambling, but we all can relate to this, or you will relate to this at some point after your journey or while you're on your journey. So keep that in mind. Social pressure is real. Some of them be like, oh, well, I guess D's too good to hang out with us. It's too good to have a beer with us. He's too good. Oh, how about the fries? I know you want some. Or they be like, how about the fries? I know you ain't gonna have none, so I guess I'll eat all of it myself. Like guilt trip you into eating and drinking all those things. Oh, why don't you just have a real Coca-Cola? Why are you drinking a Diet Coke and Coke Zero? I drink real Coca-Cola. I don't drink no Diet Coke or Coke Zero. Oh, here's the best one. Um, you don't know that artificial sweeteners are worse for you than the real Coke? Why don't you just drink the real thing? Meanwhile, they're drinking the Coca-Cola with high fructose corn syrup, not even the ones with, the cane sugar, which, you know what I'm saying? The zero has 0 calories, the other one has 40 grams of sugar in a little can, 49 grams. Can a little can of Coca-Cola having 49 grams of sugar, you telling me that's better than something that's 0 calories? And also the amount of Coke Zeros or Diet Cokes you have to drink in a day to get whatever opinions they're telling me you're getting is like an absurd amount. I don't drink that much a day. But yeah, people will like bullshit you and they just like also you'll hear something online that some person says, you're like, oh, this person said, hey, Coke Zero is worse for you than regular Coke. So they're walking around telling everybody that it's like a march. They have to go and like no, leave me alone. Mine has 0 calories. Yours has 49 grams for a little can of Coca-Cola. I think we know what the right decision is. You know what I'm saying? So yeah, most people live their life. Most people don't live this life. They don't live the fitness life. So they like it, they kind of respect it, but at the same time, if you're transitioning to that life, they're not used to you being that way, they judge you. And a lot of times they feel like you think you're too good for them, or they feel like you're too good for them, whatever issues that they're projecting onto you, and then they'll slowly start distancing themselves from you. And also you realize that you don't need that person in your life necessarily, or you're not gonna hang out with them as much because there's not much you can relate to. You're focusing on better things and they're not. So you outgrow them, essentially. Friends, family members, co-workers, all of that. Oh, yeah, he's always eating some healthy stuff, man. You just walk on eating salad. Oh, you don't need to eat salads. You're good. What, you trying to get skinnier? It's like, to me, it's like, why are you wondering what's on my plate? You know what I'm saying? Mind your business. But it happens. It will continue to happen. But also to flip around come November time or December time. Oh yeah, I'm gonna go on the wedding. So, oh man, I gained some weight. Can you help me? It's like, man, I never thought you could do it, man. Look at you now. You look so good. I never thought you could do it. Things like that. But you gain confidence, energy, and self-respect. So, because when you feed your body good things, when you train, when you sleep good enough, when you take care of yourself, you take pride in that, whether you're aware of it or not. So, and people see that and they like that. So, whether they are fit themselves, they appreciate that even if they're not. Because there's a part of them that wants to be that way and they see it in you. So they're like, it's like the halo effect thing. Your body will push back. Because yeah, your body's not gonna be like, oh yeah, you're gonna lose weight to get ripped. Psh, cool, easy cheesy. Nah, it ain't that sweet. Your metabolism slows slightly as you get deeper into a cut. And so implementing other strategies will help. Refeed days, not refers days, refeed. Damn it. Refeed days. Like this one's not gonna have any errors, but anyway, refeed days, electrolytes, etc. So yeah, especially if you want a deep cut and you don't do refeed days and you get cranky, yeah, your metabolism slows down. But there's other ways to combat that. And I go deeper into that with my clients. Yeah, you implement refeed days, you change the some of the training methods, things like that, to avoid plateaus to continue the process. Your hunger hormones increases at times. Yeah, because you're in deep cut, your body's essentially losing stored energy. So it's gonna be like, yeah, not going down without a fight. You're gonna have to feed us more like you used to because you can't be on these lower calories for that long. So yeah, your hunger hormones are gonna fight you. Your maintenance is just as important as the cut. So once you're done cutting and you're lean, And as you go reverse dieting and you reach a point where you can maintain for a while, that maintenance is important. So people think bulking is important, cutting is important, but maintenance is just, oh, it's maintenance. No, you have to keep something you have to keep constantly. You have to keep the maintenance going to benefit you. Because if not, you can't maintain anything. You're either going up or down. Lost. A new body doesn't mean happiness. Now, I used to laugh at this one. I'm just like, yeah, whatever. Your new body doesn't make you happy, all right? I don't care what nobody says. A new body will make you happy, but doesn't mean it's gonna make you completely happy. Because if you're unhappy now, weight loss won't fix it 100%. There's two sides to the statement. Yeah, like I wrote, to me, it's like people that say that sounds kind of goofy. Oh, if you're not happy now, you're not gonna be happy when you lose the weight. Eh, I guess that's true. That's not my experience though. To me, I wasn't happy whatsoever with my body and how I looked and how I was. I was not happy whatsoever. So, like, that really helped me go to complete 180 and start this. So there was at no point when I was heavy, I was happy at all. I was not happy whatsoever. So when people say that, the first line, it's goofy. So to me, there's two sides. There's my point, the real side, and the fluffy side that they tell you. You know, but to me, but yeah, investing in yourself will make you happy. So investing in yourself by feeding yourself the right things, doing everything that you need to do to stay fit, reading, making more money, having good relationships. So discipline and self-growth can transform your life. It will transform your life. And those things will make you happy also. If you have all these other things but you don't have a nice body, you're not gonna be happy. Some people can be happy, but at least they can portray happiness on the outside. I can see right through it. It's a bunch of bull. Hey, some of them, I guess, can do it. Good for them, but you need to have it all. You can't just have all those things with not a nice body, or just a nice body and not the other things. So, and it's all achievable. So, and you have the power to change that. So, focusing on health, strength, and peace. You need your health to be on point. You need to be strong, and you get your inner peace from detoxing from toxic foods, toxic relationships, all that stuff, toxic situations, all that, part of the body, mind, soul, spirit. You're living a better life. You're staying active. You have more energy, health. You're fit, muscular, your diet, your lifestyle, all of those things. That's why I put, yeah. So, yeah, it's not going to make you happy 100%. However, it's a big part of once you get lean, you get results. Now, there's another thing where you can't be happy completely because you're not gonna progress if you're always happy, which that's true too. So, you know, be happy but never completely satisfied. Be proud of where you sometimes reflect, look at where you came from, and then continue to be better. So, yeah, a takeaway. Weight loss isn't just about looking different, it's about becoming someone new. The old you needs to die for this version of you to be here. You're not gonna like the same things. You're most likely not gonna be around the same people. You're not gonna like the same foods. You're not gonna enjoy the same activities. You might still enjoy some of them, but for the most part, you are a different person. And some people can't even accept that. So they'll lose the weight and all that stuff. And they're like, man, I missed the days when this. And then they'll go back. Or they'll listen to friends that try to bring them back to that life. It's like, no. So there's a new chapter. You have to embrace it live it, and keep improving from there. You don't go backwards. There's a reason why the rear view mirror is smaller than the one in front of you. Keep that in mind. So it's all about being consistent, be patient, and gaining some self-respect in the process. And being fit will definitely help you with that. So these are a lot of things that people have not told you about weight loss. If you like this video, comment and subscribe. Until next time, thank you.